Hey y'all, Blaumagier here, and we're back with another episode of Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. On the last episode, we reluctantly started on our quest, and in this episode, we are going to recruit our party. I have agonized over this decision for almost a month at this point. But yeah, let's start by talking to Patty.
Hey, you. Still can't believe this day's finally here. I remember when you popped out of your mother like it was yesterday, you know? Oh, and don't be thinking I'm ridiculously old or anything. I was just a kid back then. But it felt like I suddenly had a new sibling to look after. To think that was 16 whole years ago. At any rate, I'm sure you know by now, but Patty's Party Planning Place is your one-stop shop for all things adventuring. If you find yourself feeling lonely on the road, or simply want some muscle you can count on in a pinch, let me know. I'll find the perfect companions to suit your needs. But gosh, you really are all grown up now, aren't you? May take me a while to get used to. At any rate.
Welcome to Patty's Party Planning Place. If you want to find new party members, this is the place to be. Same goes if you want to ditch them for that matter. So how can I help you today? So, they already have 3 party members pre-made for you that are available. I want to say their names are probably randomized as well as their personalities per playthrough, but I believe it is always a warrior, mage, and priest. But if you want to recruit more allies, feeling like your party's still short a few pals? Well, you could always try talking to any adventurer that happens to be here, but your best bet is to head upstairs. I promise my man up there will be able to find you the exact type of adventurer you're looking for, or my name isn't Patty. Okay. So, if you want to create your own, you need to go upstairs. Welcome to the Premier Adventure Listing Services. With pals, you're sure to build a winning team. We're here to help you get the hottest adventuring talent out there off the dole and onto your roster. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll deliver a qualified professional direct to the party planning counter. So, are you looking to bolster your roster with some fresh blood today? You betcha. And what kind of person are you looking for exactly? Why don't you give me a name and we'll take it from there. Alright, now tell me what kind of vocation you'd like them to have. So, we have the warrior, the martial artist, the mage, the priest, the merchant, the gadabout, the thief, and the new class to this version of the game, the monster wrangler. So, a warrior is a tanky character that also deals out a lot of physical damage. A martial artist is more of an agile character that doesn't want to be attacked, but relies on their agility to dodge attacks, and mainly focuses primarily on dishing out strong attacks and critical hits. The mage, as you might suspect, is your offensive magic user. Priest is your defensive magic user. Merchant is a special class. I don't know how it is in this version because in previous versions, really the only thing special was if you had a mage or a priest, they would learn magic, and all the rest were just kind of there. But now there are new abilities that you can use in battle for each of these other classes that don't get magic. I don't know what kinds the merchant gets, but I know they specialized in a lot of abilities regarding inventory management, gold accumulation, and the like with their out-of-battle abilities. As A combatant, they were kind of middle of the road both on offense and defense. We'll talk about the gadabout in a moment. The thief is an agile character that deals high damage, relying more on their critical hits for their damage, but they can also steal items, and they have abilities that focus on not getting surprised in battle and being able to identify how many treasure chests are left on any particular map. Things to help you get items and money from battle, that sort of thing. And the Monster Wrangler, the new class, it is basically a blue mage. They learn abilities from monsters in combat and use those in battle themselves. So that leaves us the gadabout. Gadabout is weak, both defensively and offensively. Not as weak as the mage and priest, but not as strong as the merchant. Probably about on par with the thief physically, actually. But the gadabout will often ignore your commands in combat and do something random. Often something comical. Most of the time they're just wasting a turn, but sometimes they may actually do something that could help, like they could confuse a monster or something. But they sound like a hindrance to bring along, but there's actually a very special thing about them. For you see, there's one class that's not listed in this list, and there's only two ways to change to that class. One is to get a special item, of which I believe there are a finite amount of in the game. You might be able to get them from a monster, and I don't know about that off the top of my head. And the other way is to reach level 20 as a gadabout. So I thought long and hard about this, and I think I definitely want a Monster Wrangler. Okay, so when you make a character, you can choose appearance A, which is a masculine type character, or appearance B, which is a feminine type character. And then you can actually choose from a couple of different appearances. These will all, of course, be feminine if you picked appearance B, and masculine if you picked appearance A, so you don't have to worry about that changing that part of your character. And you can also change their hair color. So that's fun. I do wish you could change their skin color, but I guess that's not in the cards. And then we get to this part. As part of His Majesty's Special Adventure Program, you've qualified for a supplementary educational enhancement dispensation. It takes the form of 5 attribute enhancing seeds, or seeds, which will give your team members a much needed boost. You can choose the seeds yourself or allow me to use my career guide skills to pick for you. If you pick for yourself, you can select up to 5 seeds of your choice for your newfound friend. But if you let me pick, I'll be providing a comprehensive service and applying the seeds as I see fit. So how will you be distributing Ashanti's seed allowance? So you can either let this guy do it and it just does it randomly, or you can do it yourself to try to get a specific outcome. The whole purpose of this is less about raising your starting stats and more about getting a personality for your character, which will affect their stat growth as they level up. I'm going to do it myself. It is still somewhat random, even if you know what you're going for. I am going to put 3 seeds into luck and 2 into wisdom. No, I don't like that. So, if you get one you don't like, I got the spoiled brat there. You can just go back and do it again. And it is, unfortunately, still random. See, I did the exact same seed distribution, and now I got Meddler. So I will just keep doing this until I get a personality that I like. I'm not going for any particular one. Although I know with this particular seed distribution, I can get Vamp as one. I'll keep trying. Strength, resilience, and agility. From what I understand, Monster Wrangler is not really a physical class. It is more of a typical mage type class. I don't really need my physical attributes. No, that's not what I want. We might have to cut until I get something agreeable. Agility and wisdom. That's perfect. Now we can choose a voice. All of them on the left are masculine voices. And all of them on the right are feminine voices. Well, that's taken care of. Will you be taking Ashanti with you today? I will. Will I be looking to recruit anyone else today? Yes, I will. Okay, so this one will be my good friend Evie, who is like a sister to me. Alright, now what kind of vocation would you like them to have? She will be a gadabout. So, one thing I like is that you can actually pick some different appearances here for the gadabout. But we, of course, have the default Playboy bunny look. We've got one with the bunny ears sticking straight up and more of a ponytail. We have a dog girl. And we also have a cat girl. I know Evie would want to be a cat girl, so that's what we will do with her. A vamp. Well, I mean, that is a great personality, so I will take it. Yeah, we'll give her the childish voice. And we will be taking Evie with us. And now, for our last party member. Oh, my mind has totally blanked for who I want to name this character after. Of course. I should name this character after another good friend of mine. No, not Y, not X. And I have honestly agonized about this decision. But I think I'm going to go with another gadabout. And this one could be the dog girl. Vamp. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, and we will be taking her with us today. So this is our party. And you may be wondering why I would be carrying two characters that are essentially dead weight with me. And the answer to that is that we can actually change our jobs later. So don't worry about it. I have no idea who invented bags, but whoever did was a genius. Truly, how did we ever carry our possessions around without them? That said, they're not much use during battles. You won't have time to reach into yours for items if you're preoccupied showing a slime what's what. No, if there's something you think you'll need in a fight, best to keep it on your or a companion's person. That's actually a good tip. You don't want to clog up your inventory with equipment. Put all your spare equipment in a bag, unless it's something that you might actually need to change to in battle. There are some equipment later on that you can use as items during battle, but we'll get into that later. When I was a young whippersnapper, I made a point of stopping by the shops whenever I visited a new town. I used to love perusing the merchants' wares. Now an adventurer such as yourself will want to focus on the weapons and armor. If you're blessed in the strength department, get yourself a trusty weapon. Otherwise, concentrate on defensive gear. Meow. Oh, if heroes are chosen by heaven itself, then sages are chosen by gods. Through trials most fearsome and bad for the health, they'll make it against all of the odds. Monster Wranglers are a special bunch, that's for sure. They ain't especially strong, and they definitely ain't much in the magic department neither, but they don't play by the rules, and that's what makes them so useful. I happen to know a fair few adventurers out there that benefited more than once from their healing abilities. Oh, look at that, a seed of life in the pot. Well, you've got your martial artists, they're quick as you like, and then there's your thieves, good for treasure hunting, obviously. And of course there's merchants. They can appraise your items for you, which is pretty useful. Don't go anywhere near the gadabouts though. Useless lot they are, always mucking about in battles. Bunch of clowns if you ask me. If you insist on having one along, leave it until you're strong enough to carry some serious dead weight. It'll be fine. If you ask me, there's two kinds of adventurer in this world. Those that include conjurers like mages and priests in their party, and those that don't. The ones that don't tend to go all out and fill their parties with warriors, martial artists, and even merchants. Vocations that focus on strength and stamina. Personally, I'd go for a more balanced lineup if I were you. If you really don't want to include any magic users, then why not take a monster wrangler or thief along for the ride? Yeah, they call the monster wrangler not a magic user, and I guess probably strictly speaking it's not, but it kind of fits the bill of a magic user, really. This chest here, I can't open it because I didn't pre-order the game for some reason. You can claim bonus items in the chest if you pre-order the game or bought it from certain shops. Yeah, if you have any special bonus items, this chest here is where you collect them from. A Chimera Wing, those are useful for returning to a town. What's that? Need a key, do ya? Come to think of it, I once knew a bloke who had a knack for opening doors. Went by the name Kirk Buzzer. I haven't seen him in a good while, mind you. Not since he headed off for that tower on the island west of you. I apologize for the accent. There's gonna be a lot of it. Just warning you now, if you don't like the accent. Hello there. Come and have a drink with me. I know how tasty a nice glass after a hard day's adventuring can be. When I was your age, I used to go around with the martial artist, a thief, and a priest. You know, lovely bunch. Oh bother, I left my bag hanging on the wall of my room at the inn. And it had all my gold coins and herbs in it. Yeah, it's probably long gone. Well, nothing to do about it now. Someone has swiped it. I hope they put my things to good use at least. Don't worry, I will when I get around to that way. You know, I found 50 gold coins on a bench the other day. Felt like the goddess herself had smiled on me. Ever since then, I make a point of checking my surroundings wherever I go. Never know when I'll strike it rich again, after all. And that looks like that is it for things to explore in here. This is the Rainbow's End Bank. You'll see these all over the world. You can trust us to keep your hard-earned money safe. Deposits and withdrawals are accepted in multiples of 100 gold coins. Oh, that's different. It used to only be multiples of 1,000. And of course, our services are entirely complimentary. So how can I help you today? So, if you get defeated in battle, you don't actually lose progress. You just resurrect, I believe, with just your hero alive at the last place you saved. And you lose half of your gold. So, to avoid that penalty, you can deposit your gold into the bank. Anything in the bank, you won't lose when you get defeated. You'll only lose half of the gold that's on hand. So let's explore some more of the town, shall we? Most towns are home to several shops. Some sell weapons and armor, and some deal in items. Their wares vary, so make sure to stop by any new shops you see. You can record your progress in an adventure log by praying in a church or with nuns. This will allow you to pick up where you left off whenever you resume your journey. The game does autosave on its own as well, however these files are overwritten often, so do manually save from time to time. You can create a maximum of 9 save files. Just remember, FASF, Fearless Adventurers save frequently. I prefer ABS, always be saving. Courtesy of Dan. I will be looking around town to see if there are any treasure chests or pots or anything. Dragon scale. That is a piece of equipment that I want to put on Jocelyn. It's just a defense boost. Not much, but it's nice to have for now, and with my hero being pretty much my only tank character, yeah, I do kind of want to beef up my defense. The castle's closed at nighttime. If you want to meet the king, you'll have to go there during the day. Well, we've already explored the castle, so no need to go back. But I will, however, search up and down the sides of the town. You can actually get different dialogue between day and night at pretty much every location. This is the castle town of Alliteration, as you know. If you're planning on heading out for a hike, you could do worse than visit the picturesque village of Reeve to the northwest. I think this was my house. Guess I should tell Mom that I did go and see the king. Welcome back, dear. Are you still stubbornly avoiding the king and your duties? No. You went? Even after everything you said? Oh, you have no idea how proud you've made your mother. Anyway, you must be ever so tired after all that excitement. Off to bed with you, sweetums. And yeah, Mom is a free inn. Anytime you need to heal up near Alliehan. Morning, darling. Go on now. Off you go and do some adventuring. There are still things I need to explore around the house. Make sure I pick up everything. Let's talk to Granddad here. Ortega was a real hero material, you know. Your father was something special, and his father before him. You've a lot to live up to, Jocelyn. Don't let your grandfather down. Nice, 50 gold coins. Nothing in the sack, it seems. And what can I find in my room? Seed of Strength. I will say these seeds in general are best to use on the hero, because the hero is the only character that cannot change classes. In fact, I will just go ahead and start scarfing them down on the hero right now. There's no reason not to. Why I say class changing is what's important is that a percentage of stats carry over from each class change, which makes the potential of your allies much, much higher than that of your heroes. So the only way your hero can really increase their stats beyond just what they gain through level up is through the seeds. Hello, 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 I'm your local guardsman, on the beat here to keep the streets free of trouble. You may set off on your quest safe in the knowledge that your hometown is in good hands. Have you ever looked in a pot or barrel? You can find all sorts of stuff if you're lucky. Things people have thrown away, things they put in there and forgotten about. Honestly, my mom's always telling me to tidy up. Meanwhile, grown-ups are just chucking their things in pots and barrels. Lucky them, they got me to clean up their mess at least. Time was, Alliteration ruled over all the world. But then came the wars, and we lost so many of our young men. They say it was the fighting which led them to close the teleportal to the mainland. So I am still looking for pots and barrels to examine. You can never have too many chimera wings if you ask me. Being able to fly to places you've been before in the blink of an eye is so magical. In fact, it probably is magic. Back in the dark old days, you used to bump your head on the ceiling if you tried to use one indoors, but now you don't have to worry about any of that. Modern comforts, eh? This is true. If you were inside, whether it was a dungeon, a building, what have you, if there was a roof over your head and you tried to use Chimera or the Chimera Wing or the Zoom spell, which does the same thing, you would have an animation of your character starting to do it, then you'd see the screen shake, and then they'd fall down to the ground, and it would say thud, you hit your head on the ceiling, and it would fail. But I guess now that's not a thing anymore. Got a Chimera Wing there. More gold coins. There is a nun here if you wish to save right here. It does not look like I can actually get onto this property from here. What do I have at the item shop here? Okay. I've got a few pieces of armor, a shield, and a stick. Actually, I think I have some equipment. Okay, I don't have any more pot lids. And we don't have any more Wayfarer's clothes. Well, we can fix that. Or maybe. I don't know if I have enough money. Oh, I did not mean to talk to her. Okay, let's sell and... yeah, I've got some things to get rid of. Plain clothes. Plain clothes. Okay, let's see if I can actually afford anything. I do need 2 pot lids and 1 set of Wayfarer's clothes. We will equip those. And we will buy our pot lids. will sell those plain clothes. Unlike newer games, your equipment doesn't really change the look of your characters, so there's no real reason to hang on to old equipment unless it's got some kind of effect that you wish to keep for certain circumstances. Of course I say that, but there are some pieces of equipment throughout the game. Not many, but some that do change your appearance, and I will point those out as we get to them. But for now, I think we're going to end things off here. Next time, we will explore the rest of the town and set foot outside of town for the first time. This has been Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. I am Blaumagier. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment, smash that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!